Sutra 1. Before anything is created in the physical plane, it is first created in the mental plane. If you observe people closely, you will discover that there are some who are successful and others who are not, and that some are growing while others are not. Those who are growing both spiritually and materially know certain laws of how life works. They are aware of rules of life to some extent, even if they cannot put the said laws to words. They have figured out things like, where your attention goes, results flow. On the other hand, those that have stopped growing are living as if they are carrying out a prison sentence. There is also the third category of people, who are neither failures nor completely successful. They may not have major issues in their lives, but they are overwhelmed by minor struggles. Why is this so? There is a law of creation that brings about this difference in people. This law of creation is, before anything in this world is created in the physical plane, it is first created in the mental plane. This is the fundamental thought rule. Imagine a river which represents the mind. Thoughts fall into the river and corresponding things begin to manifest. This happens because the very purpose of the river is to manifest. Whatever is being thought is what is manifested by the river. The river is powerful and all-pervading. The significance of this is to virtually understand that if everything is created first in the mental realm, then it is important to create positively. The power of thoughts can be further understood through this experiment. A prisoner in France had been sentenced to death, and scientists experimenting on the conscious and subconscious mind were permitted to put him to death through a scientific experiment. The prisoner was made to lie down on a cot, and the method by which he would die was explained to him. We will slowly remove all the blood from your body. When one bottle of blood has been removed, you will begin sweating. On removing the second bottle, your body will experience weakness. After the third, there will be darkness before your eyes. After the fourth, all your senses will stop working and unconsciousness will seep in. After a few hours of all the blood being removed, you shall die. Thereafter, the blood was drawn from the prisoner's body. After each bottle, he experienced the exact symptoms that had been narrated to him, and finally he died. However, in reality, just one bottle of blood was drawn from the prisoner's body. The scientists had arranged to have another tube below his bed that dropped water into a tub. The prisoner mistook this sound to be that of his blood falling. He was constantly thinking, "All the blood is being drawn from my body and I am dying." This is the thought that was going on in his mind, and it is that which caused him to die. This was an example of how thoughts first arise in the mental plane and then manifest in the physical plane. Various other experiments also demonstrate this principle. In another experiment, a man was taken into a deep state of mind through the power of suggestion and told, "Now a red-hot iron rod will be placed on your arm." Then a rod that was at normal temperature was placed on his arm. But within a few minutes, a large blister came up at the point of contact. With this experiment, scientists were convinced that if a blister could develop because of thoughts, then a blister could also be cured by thoughts. The man was again taken into a deep state of mind, and his blister was cured by suggestion. Your body is made up of 5 elements: ether, air, fire, water, and earth. When you think that it's a cold day, this thought also manifests in the physical plane. The water element in your cells begin to predominate and you start feeling cold. When you think it's hot, the fire element in your body becomes prominent and you start feeling hot. From now on, if you want to feel cool while sitting in a hot room, you can do so. I am on the snow-capped Himalayas. If you hold this thought in your mind for 1 minute or more, you will feel less hot and even cold. The more time you hold the thought, the greater will be its effect. To further understand how this fundamental thought rule, Sutra, works, you need to understand how your mind works. The mind can be divided into the conscious and the subconscious. What is the difference between the conscious and subconscious mind? The difference between them is as vast as the difference between a breeze and a storm. The workings of the conscious mind are visible, while the workings of the subconscious mind are invisible. The subconscious mind works silently, while the conscious mind sees and experiences every feeling and thought, makes judgments, jumps to conclusions, and is restless. Our subconscious mind works according to the instructions received from the conscious mind. However, the true control room is in the subconscious mind. It does not distinguish between the right or wrong. It merely executes and manifests thoughts provided by a conscious mind. If our subconscious mind receives a wrong instruction, in this case thoughts such as I can fall sick, I am poor, I can fail, these thoughts may turn into reality. Hence, it is important to always be aware of your thoughts and to watch what messages you are sending to your inner mind. The relationship between the body and the mind runs deep, and all thoughts, whether positive or negative, impact your health. Thoughts hold so much power that if you train yourself to hold one thought in your mind for a minute, miracles will soon begin to manifest in your life. At this time, you may feel that this is impossible, but read further and you will begin to see how. You have already seen an example that as soon as you think of something tasty, your mouth begins to water. This is because of the following law. Our subconscious cannot see the difference between what is real and what is imaginary. This is the corollary to the first thought rule. Once you understand that the inner mind does not know the difference between a real and an imaginary event, it is easy to understand the first sutra that things are first created in the mental plane and then manifest in the physical plane. Things change in your body based on the thoughts you harbor. And things also manifest in your life based on your thoughts. This means you can easily attain anything you want through your thoughts. All that is needed is the right understanding, a positive outlook, and pure intention. You will understand further how things manifest in your life based on your thoughts when you understand the second sutra.